If you look like money, might just seduce somebody, get a goddamn meal, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Might just, go into fries, wink at the goddamn waitress. Hey, on the house, listen.
Why are you running? Why are you?
Welcome back to the Bubba YouTube channel. Let's get it, Bubba Army in the chat. Well, y'all, I'm actually feeling pretty under the weather, but I had to bring out this banger for the community. Vincent Fischer, right? I would argue that he's a superstar in the AMU, the alpha male universe, but he's kind of been neglected considering there have been some pretty crazy stories like the Wes Watson and Angie situation. We got Princess Azuli, you know, it's been pretty crazy in the AMU. But Vincent Fischer's actually been growing in popularity like crazy. His grift is multiplying and he's getting even more aggressive online with the delusional shit he's saying. So this video is going to be a doozy, but before we jump into that, right, before we get the show on the road, I need you to turn your notifications on. Recently, YouTube has been deleting views, not showing people content, not just me, but the entire platform. And so you get the content delivered to your door, i.e. your phone or computer, then you need to turn on the notifications and, you know what, consider subscribing, right? So I just wanted to say that, right? You guys mean a lot to me and I really like entertaining everybody. So let's get in the flow state together. Let's get bubbly with it and let's get this show on the road.
Boys, you guys need to understand that to some degree, life is materialistic, right? It's always broke people judging rich people. They're always like, oh, well, I don't need a penthouse. I live in a box. I don't need a hypercar. I have a Honda. You can't get a hypercar. And for that reason, you're hating, right? But to some degree, the results in your life reflect that you have the blueprint figured out, right? If I was telling you guys all this shit, but I didn't have a penthouse, I didn't have a Russian model rubbing my shoulders, I don't have 4 million in cars, what's the validity to my statements? There is none. So the problem with most men is they're unsuccessful in thinking they have the world figured out to the T. I speak to so many men, I'm like, bro, you need to tweak this, you need to do that. They're like, Vince, yeah, but you don't understand, bro, how my mind works. How your mind works does not work. And that's why you don't have results. So you need to drop your ego and switch your mind, learn from somebody that has the results you want in life, and they're inevitable.
So you may be new to this whole AMU thing. You're like, what's a Vincent Fischer, right? So I wanted to kick off the video with an exploration into his ideas, a deep dive into his mind. And there was nothing in there. It was completely empty, right? Because all this guy does is preach materialism. Now, maybe you like material things, okay? And I'm not here to like dig at that, right? But if you make that your whole entire world and how you measure your own success and happiness, you're just going to be sad, like point blank. I mean, maybe eventually in time, you'll come to understand this. But this is a guy, an alpha male, who says that your success is only measured by the amount of hypercars you have, the penthouses you're observing the world from, and the Russian supermodel baddies that are rubbing your shoulder. I mean, what is even up with this lady? Like, she looks like AI, and she's got like that strange Ozempic head that we've been seeing in the game, right? Because everyone's wanting to lose weight as fast as possible, but then they're left with like a huge head, like the bobblehead effect. I don't know what's going on with that, right? But Vincent Fischer, he tries to act like he's so wise. He tries to say that a hypercar is going to bring you happiness while having the most cookie cutter tattoos I've ever seen. I mean, he's got like a wolf on his chest, like because he's an alpha male, he's a lone wolf, and then he has a Greek philosopher trying to suggest that he's like a super wise man. I mean, these people are insane because they are real. Like I keep saying in these videos, this isn't TLC where it's fake. Like this shit is for real. And you know what? Let me show you that intro clip because it was actually even crazier than what you may have seen.
Boys, I'm not gonna lie, if I was down to my last $50 and I was starving, first thing I'm getting is a lineup. The food can wait, right? It's very hard to die or go broke if you look like money. Might just seduce somebody, get a goddamn meal, you know what I'm saying? Might just, go into fries, wink at the goddamn waitress. Hey, on the house, listen. Guys, a lot of you guys are broke because you don't want to look like money, right? Oh, I'm going to get a haircut at this place because it's 20 instead of paying 100. But that $80 difference could have made you an extra 10,000 a month if you just looked like money.
Okay, this logic is ridiculous. So, bro is trying to say that if you were literally starving, right, like you needed the food, it would be better that you spend your last $50, $100 on a haircut, a burnt ramen hair, bowl head cut like that you would see from Ned's Declassified, like coconut head. Like he wants you to look like coconut head instead of eating food, because maybe you're gonna have a chance where you can wink at the waiter and be like, oh, give me some fries on the house, and then flip that $100 into $10,000, but you have no money because you spent all of your money on a coconut head haircut. I mean, and this is a guy who says he is a life coach, that he's coaching men. Like, do you understand why these videos are so important to make? I mean, if you made it this far, then hit that subscribe button and join the Bubba Army, because these people are literally ruining people's lives. They're suggesting the most ludicrous advice, and they're being dead ass about it. Like, they're being 100%, my bad, sick as hell. They're being 100% serious about it. So let's continue on where you actually kind of like learn the nitty gritty details of the grift.
Yo, what's going on, boys? Been super slammed the last 3 days, been grinding, setting up the systems to build this thing to millions a month. But as you guys can see up above, we have another $100,000 a month testimonial inside the Six Figure Fitness community from my man Felipe himself. Now, guys, I can't even count how many people we got to over 100,000 a month this year alone. But I'll name a few off top. We've had Flynn, who went from a 17-year-old high school dropout to making over 100,000 a month this year. We had Johan, who went from a homeless combat veteran to making over 100,000 a month this year. We've had Ulysses, who went from working 3 jobs to making over 100,000 a month, and Solomon, who made just under 100,000 a month 3 months inside the community. Now Felipe. But boys, I need you to understand these people are no different than you. Everyday gym people in their early 20s, they found an opportunity, had the balls to go all in, find the right system, the right mentor, and now they're printing. And if you want to do the exact same thing, DM me the word mentor right now. I'm taking a few more people for one-on-one mentorship. If that's you, shoot me the word and we'll get to work.
So I'm going to point out a couple of things, right? One being that this guy has perhaps the strangest like speaking style in the entire AMU. I don't know why he like hyper emphasizes words. Like every single sentence, it's the most distracting and silliest thing, right? I mean, for an alpha male, I would at least expect that you can speak normally to people. I mean, that's like what a basic skill to be alpha, right? And influence others is through your speech. I mean, you can't even get that right. I mean, rocking back and forth like it's a, like, I don't know, like it's a playground or something. Like this guy cannot like stand still. Is he nervous to talk to people? Like he knows that we know that he's trying to finesse your money, and so he's just like caca his pantalones, like that pantalones is like filled with caca, and he's like super nervous or something. That's another thing I always notice about him. He's constantly moving, he's constantly overemphasizing words. But let's talk about the grift, right? The grift is really simple to explain. He is just selling people spots so he can teach them the same grift. That's literally it, right? I mean, do you really think a high school dropout who hasn't even like experienced life is able to be your life coach? I mean, like, come on, let's be serious about this. And there's a YouTuber by the name of Daddy Wells. She does a really good job here in like the alphaverse space, alpha niche, right? She talked about how these guys, these grifters, they keep going to like the same exotic car salesperson or whatever, right? And they just buy cars from this place. Every single one of this guy's like lames or groupies always buys a car from this really sketchy place. So all of it is for show. It's the most ridiculous carnival show possible, probably on YouTube, because like I said, these are not like people being fake. Like, I mean, yeah, they're fake, but they are actually this way. So let's continue on with another clip.
Yo, so boys, a little bit off topic, but I was getting ready this morning and my girl was like, I wish I was a man. It's so easy because all you have to do is work and make money. I was like, life is only easy as a man if you do the hard work and suffering and become important. But you can't compare the 0.00001% man that you're with that's above 6'5", that makes over 10 million a year, that's extremely sexy and caramel, that has unlimited status and attention, that's extremely humble as well. You can't compare that to the Uber Eats driver that delivers our food, right? That's completely different. We got here from 2 different paths to the same exact penthouse. The last 5 years of my life, I was grinding in the shadows, building my physique, force feeding until I was gonna puke for 5 years straight, building my status, repeatedly posting, becoming important, investing everything I had multiple times, almost going broke, and you just had to look pretty.
All right, so there's a whole lot of things to talk about, right? I mean, this guy couldn't have a bigger ego. I mean, he gassed himself up in so many ways possible. I'm pretty sure y'all in the comment sections down below are going to tear him a new hole. I mean, 100%, a new hole is going to be torn. But let's talk about how he degrades an Uber worker who is, you know, trying to work hard, trying to pay the bills, trying to make ends meet, yet he pays for his service. Like, that's the biggest goober behavior I've ever seen in my life. Like, you're talking down on the guy that is providing you the service. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, all you do is come off as an entitled brat who's never actually worked a day in your life. I mean, there are rumors that this guy is just like a trust fund kid or something like that. I mean, I'm sure John Bravo, once he gets wind of this guy, I'm pretty sure John Bravo does know about this guy. He's gonna find all the dirt on him and stuff. I mean, the AMU is truly a crazy place, but honestly, having to listen to Vincent Fischer just stroke his own ego and then degrade an Uber worker, it's just giving me a headache, and I'm not feeling that well. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna hang out with Mrs. Bubba. Be sure to, you know, hang out with your family too, because time is precious and we don't got much of it. So hopefully y'all subscribe, you like the video, you do what you gotta do, and I'll see you in the Bubba Discord. Later.